We look at the first degree of Pisces today, and this is within the first expression, of course. The first 5 degrees of Pisces are known collectively by the title harmonization. And in Pisces 1, we have a public market, healthy exchange. We can do nothing without cooperative interaction of some kind. We breathe, eat, and feel safe from many dangers, all because we are part of a complex interactive involvement with other living beings. On a very simple level, we are all able to trade our surpluses with somebody else's so that both parties are enriched. When commerce is properly managed, then abundance and trust can grow and thereby reduce fear and the risk of conflict. It isn't often discussed how central to our spiritual life is our ability to get on top of things in worldly affairs. But if we did not have the ability to sort out our survival needs, we couldn't adopt an attitude of inquiry into the greater questions of the spiritual type. And commerce is what creates abundance. We can usually create more than we need. If we apply ourselves to any particular thing, we develop expertise, and the benefits of the division of labour applies. Now, this was a big deal when Adam Smith wrote about this in the 18th century. He was saying, this is how industrialization works. Whoever does this well does it a lot. Whereas in the olden days, you used to have people who had to develop all of the skills necessary for self-sustainability. And so they didn't really become expert at very many of them. Jack of all trades, master of none. And then industrialization created this idea where we were all enabling ourselves to do what we did well and let other people do what they did well. And each of us made a surplus, and then we traded. And that process is what brings about abundance. We learn a lot from studying the physical world about our spiritual mysteries. And here we have a really good metaphor. If you have commerce with other people, you pick up on their ideas and they pick up on yours. And this creates an abundance of consciousness. And this was a very important part of the trading relationship in ancient times, as it is today. It is because we interact with other people that we develop consciousness. And even in today's situation where Russia and Ukraine are at war, the vast amount of food that would otherwise go to waste, they're negotiating whether they can actually continue to trade with the world at large, even though they're triggering a division between them and us in the outer countries. In other words, even your enemy is a trading partner beneath the surface of things. And this really underlines the importance of trade and the importance, therefore, of learning, swapping ideas, developing information, understandings, and so on and so forth. This particular degree is not written on that level, though. The Pisces energy isn't really very earthy. It's not grounded, typically. Pisces people tend not to be as interested in the nuts and bolts of life as they are in the dreamy kind of more spiritual realms of understanding and fantasy even. So what we have here is the lesson that those types of people, the dreamy types of people, have to get it together. They have to work out how to grow a bit more than they need, take it to the marketplace, swap it with somebody else at a fair price, and so on. That is not an easy task. And if you, by extrapolation, you turn it into, who do you phone when your washing machine breaks down? What happens when your car battery needs replacing? Do you know what to do when your phone breaks? What if the internet goes off? These are the questions of the day, and they are not without their spiritual purpose, let alone we have to do them to stay comfortable, and sometimes at a level of survival that might well come where we're going to have to learn how to cope when times get hard. And I think when Saturn is going through Pisces, various lessons are needed to be learned that we haven't really given our attention on, focused our attention for quite some time. It hasn't been here for a quarter century. It's a long time since we've bothered to work out how to ground our spirituality in the way we are. Let's take this marketplace idea. If you cheat someone at the market, maybe somebody gives you too much change and you don't talk about it. Maybe you offer goods which aren't worth what you're charging, and you try and cheat your customers. Maybe that's the kind of person you are, and you feel this kind of tee-hee energy where you're laughing at someone else's expense. Well, it's at your expense, actually. That's not going to do you any good at all. And it's a better thing just to live in your own integrity, because this is a long game that we're playing here. This isn't just whether you make an extra few dollars in the marketplace by cheating. This is whether or not this life supports your eternal soul's development. That's actually what we're doing here. And Saturn is trying to bring some kind of earthy quality to that. But Pisces is saying, the eternity is our playground. And that's quite an interesting juxtaposition. Saturn wants here and now in the earth realm to work. Pisces is just saying, that's not the game we're playing. And so you have Saturn in Pisces really in contrast to each other. You must trade properly, you must trade fairly, you must do the right thing, you must get on top of life. These are the words of Saturn, and Pisces are trying to get out of that, escape into the ethers without form. It won't be possible anymore, not for the next couple of years anyway. So, Mark Edmund Jones, great teacher. Pisces 1, a public market. This is a symbol of full maturity in man's social estate, with an emphasis on the group integrity, which facilitates the development of each individual in his own special pattern. The common ideals of a community life are given their everyday manifestation through the willingness of each participant to do his part. Ambition has its effective refinement here, as it combines a consistent generosity towards the aims of others, with a real intensity of effort directed towards its own ends. When positive, this degree has an exceptional capacity for organizing the converging and conflicting interests of many people in practical arrangements of mutual benefit. Now here we have a really clear statement of what this wisdom is. You don't gain by cheating and taking more from someone else than you give. It's just not, you don't gain from that. That's false. What does bring you a step towards your visions and ambitions of what you want to happen in the world, what does that is to find someone where what they're giving and what you're giving are required by the other. So you actually converge visions. And this is made really clear in the 7-word system, where the word please, for example, is defined not as a plea for someone to help you out because you need, nor is it an instructive, please will you do that? It's neither of those two things. One is too ingratiating and the other is too authoritative. The please energy in the 7-word system is what, looking for that place affirming that such a place exists, where my vision of what I want the future to hold and your vision of what you want the future to hold overlap, so that each of us takes a step towards self-fulfillment, and by so doing we fulfill the requirements of the other. That is the place of harmony, harmonization being the key word for this expression of 5 degrees, where what I want and what you want are both worked out with the other. It's what synergy is. So Saturn is moving this degree through this degree. Saturn's saying, on a practical level, how can I get what I want by serving the needs of another? I've spoken on altruism before. I don't believe in it. I don't believe it's healthy to serve someone else at your own expense. If what you get from serving someone else is a nice feeling, well, then there's an exchange. You get the nice feeling, they get the service. If you serve without that feeling, I don't see that as a spiritual experience. I see that as some kind of victim consciousness or guilt-ridden behavior. So Saturn in Pisces is trying to balance these things so that we don't do that. We actually give and receive in equal measure.